Hi everybody, we're gonna try out some more Monster Prom. See if we can actually get a date to the prom this time. What do you think? Spooky high school, the sweetest years of our lives. Back then we were young and unafraid, sometimes reckless, sometimes brilliant, sometimes just stupid, but always willing to live life to the fullest. We were on a wild journey to discover who we really were. Who are you? Well, maybe we'll try the Frankenstein girl again. What should we name her? Maybe a custom name. Maybe we will go with Frankie. Just to be super original, you know? Oops. No, oh, man. Right. This is great to do with a controller. I did it again. Nice. You gotta go a little bit slow. Okay. And we had yet to experience its ultimate challenge, the Monster Prom. I remember it clearly. 3 weeks were left, and as we fantasized about our dream prom dates, we were all scrambling to catch the attention of one of our 6 most charismatic classmates. Miranda Vanderbilt, a sweet mermaid princess who was as cute as she was genocidal. Damien LeVay, a fearless demon with a taste for destruction and a love of fire. Scott Hall, a werewolf athlete who compensated for his rather small brain with a stupidly huge heart. Liam de Lioncourt, a hipster vampire whose standoffish demeanor hid that he was truly a lovable dork. Polly Geist, a party ghost with an insatiable hunger for all the wrong things. And Vera Oberlin, a mean, self-made gorgon with a merciless sense of business. It was clear it had to be one of them, but who? We only had 3 weeks to choose our prom date, and even more daunting, we only had 3 weeks to woo them and conquer their heart. But as I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Welcome to Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever. All minds are rotten, but they are rotten in so many different ways. Worry no more, we're now using our PhD in bullshit to diagnose which kind of deviant sicko you are. Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever will throw a bunch of absurd questions at you and turn your answers into your character stats. This way each of you will start by having stats that better reflect your true selves. Let's start. You get the chance to produce a movie. It's based on Okay, we're gonna go with the one with all the explosions, maybe. It's your chance to fix global warming. Go ahead. Okay. What criteria would you use to name your children? My name plus the second. Okay, just a swear word. And who are we gonna get paired with this time, I wonder? Better be good, and we better get a date to the prom this time. I am so tired of getting rejected, and it's just completely ruining my life. I mean, who knew that not getting a date to the prom would just set your life on a disastrous course. Okay, come on, Frankie, we gotta do this. Listen to your elders, learn valuable life lessons. Attending class is supposed to be the primary goal of going to school. Later, you're minding your own business, which soon proves to be difficult when you notice Damien and Scott in the vicinity in the middle of some hot, sweaty arm wrestling. Unfortunately, you can't enjoy it very long, since stupid, strong Scott beats Damien in no time, but it seems you're not the only one mad at the outcome of this situation. This is so unfair. That one didn't count, Scott. We should arm wrestle, but with guns. But bruh, I've got these 2 guns already. And by guns, I mean my big arm muscles, which, just to be clear, are not real guns. But still. Shut up, I will murder you. No. Arm wrestling proves nothing. To see who's the very best, we should scream at a huge rock until it breaks just because of our pure rage and awesomeness. Or we should subdue a tiger with just a scary and manly look. Bruh, now you're just quoting stuff from yesterday's episode of Ultimate Warriors of Mount Awesome. Face it, bruh, I'm the Ultimate Warrior. No! Arm wrestling doesn't mean shit.
Hey, noob.
Hey, you Frankie. Not because arm wrestling isn't going my way, but I've just decided you should settle this tie by proposing a way to decide who the real Ultimate Warrior is around here. I happen to be a registered Ultimate Warrior judge, and I always carry this 10-step ultimate test with me, which coincidentally will require both of you to do whatever I say with no complaints. Like real ultimate good boys who's ready to follow my lead. Whoever can punch the sun in the face. I'm going with the second one. Oh. I don't know, bruh. That doesn't seem even possible. I'm fucking in! I'm gonna punch that stupid sun right in the face, and I'm gonna be the very best. Anyway, I wanted to punch the sun already. That MFer thinks he's more fiery than me. Are you sure about this, Damien? Isn't the sun like a big ball of gas without any real face on it? That's what a little sun-fearing loser would say. Also, how do you plan to get there to punch it in the face anyway? The sun is like super far, Damien. No, it's like super far. I'm like 86% sure you can't get there with a ladder. Yes, Scott, I know, I'm not an idiot. That's why I'll be using a really tall ladder. Okay, it seems the 2 of you will need to work out the specifics on that later. Nah, bros, I'm out. This plan doesn't sound very nice nor very possible. Also, the sun and I are pen pals. What? Ha! I knew good boy Scott wasn't fierce enough to punch the sun in its face.
Damien LaVey, bitches!
But me, I'm Damien fucking LaVey, and I will punch the sun in its effing face because of all the bad things it's done, like UV radiation and shit. But mostly because of pure gratuitous violence, and because I want to become the ultimate warrior no matter what. Are you free the next few weeks, Frankie? I'll be needing your smarts to come up with a good plan for not dying while punching the sun. I hope you're ready for some wacky misadventures that will strengthen our bonds and maybe even into the love zone. F yeah, you're ready for that. It's punching the effing sun time. Oh, and you gain +2 creativity and +1 boldness. Week 1, noon.
Let's go.
Okay. You find Scott and Damien shoveling hot dogs and mashed potatoes into their mouths while Coach cheers them on.
Always believe in yourself.
Go, boys, go. Munch your way to victory, and there is no truer sport than an eating contest. This guts? Just let me eat. It looks like it's a pretty fair fight so far, but where's the fun in that? Time to step in and tip the balance. Distract Scott with surprise fireworks. Slather Damien's dogs in holy ketchup. What the hell? You were planning on setting off these fireworks in here anyway. You let 'em rip. Hey, stop that. Who did that? Who's making noise? I'm yelling because I'm scared. They found us, Scott. The Viet Cong. Oh lordy, it's Nam all over again. Whoa. Scott and Coach flee the cafeteria. Damien lets out a sigh full of equal parts relief and mashed potatoes. Ugh, thanks. I was just eating like I normally do when those two idiots came over and turned it into a sport. It's not my fault I eat so fast. I've got a literal furnace in my stomach. Damien lets you have some of his half-chewed hot dogs. Nice. Some would say that's almost like making out with him. Week 1 evening.
Let's go.
That day you spent some time on the library's PCs, sending malicious spam emails in the hopes of stealing other people's money. It doesn't sound very nice, but who's really the one to blame if they respond to such a blatant scam? You lose 10 karma, which isn't a stat in this game, so who cares, and you gain +2 money. You're wondering if anyone is going to try to punch the sun anytime soon, when suddenly... Sup, Frankie? You sun punch helping MF. You ready to help me punch the sun? Heck yeah, that's what you were born to do, or something. So, I did some research and it turns out that the sun is pretty effing far from Earth. Who would have ever guessed this shocking revelation? In fact, it seems like the sun is closer to space than Earth. So to get there, we're going to need a spaceship. The only question is where to get one of those things. Go to that most authoritative of all resources, WikiHow. Just check out the school spaceship. I mean, which kind of high school would we be if we didn't have our own regulated high school spaceship? A very bad spaceship, +1 at least. I'm not sure. WikiHow? Is that like WikiWhy, the premier resource for existential crises? Because that website is incoherent. Listicle shit. Damien pulls out his phone and begins to type. How to romance a spaceship in 12 days or less. How to eat an entire spaceship. Here we go, how to build a spaceship. Look at all the stuff we need. A welding torch, titanium alloy, lithium batteries and fuel cells. I already own all of that. I just need to dismantle my antique bomb collection and we'll be good to go. To the sun. This spaceship is going to be built in no time. Look out, son. You smug motherfucking nearly perfect sphere of hot plasma. Get ready to get that magnetic field you call a face punched. Does the sun call itself magnetic? Does the sun call its magnetic field a face? Whatever, it's getting punched either way. You gain +2 boldness and +1 fun. Week 2 morning.
Let's go.
During recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You have no idea how it escalates so much, but at one point there are like 300 people. Someone summons demons from a nightmare dimension. The consequences might distort the fabric of reality itself, but who cares? It's a rad party. You gain +2 fun. You're chilling out, not murdering anybody, when Damien slinks up to you. He's hauling a large sack with the words, "Definitely not a corpse," written on it. Hey, you're not gonna believe this, but there's definitely actually a corpse in this bag. You never would have guessed. Now here's the thing. I'm not saying I'm exactly responsible for making this corpse, at least not without my lawyer present. But let's just say he and I apparently had very different definitions of rock, paper, scissors. Anyway, I'm not interested in going back to jail, so I need you to help me hide this body real quick. It would be an extremely attractive thing to do. Luckily, hiding dead bodies is kind of your thing. You share your brilliant solution. Disguise him as a drinking fountain. No one will know the difference. Just chuck him in my garage. He'll blend perfectly with my collection of vintage dead bodies. I'm going with this one. You throw the corpse in the back of Damien's dread chariot and hoof it over to your garage. Holy hell, are these all yours? Some of these are total classics. Elvis Presley, Amelia Earhart. Fuck, you've got 3 popes here. I've spent all this time trying to be a great murderer, but when the greatest murderer of all was right next to me the entire time. Damien lovingly lays his mangled corpse next to your pristine collector's items, a look of awe on his face. Joke's on him, you're actually just a really accomplished grave robber. You gain +2 smarts and +1 charm. Week 2, noon.
Let's go.
You sit down to enjoy a nice, normal meal at the Spooky High cafeteria, as usual. LOL, JK, something fucked up is always going on here, and today is no different. Oh, hello, Frankie. Did you want to come sit with us and our imaginary friend? No one else is here. Their imaginary friend roars, and the whole cafeteria shakes. Okay, Frankie, you have some smarts. You're probably going to figure this out pretty quickly. Why do we have a wild beast under our table? Why don't you take a guess? He's asking you to guess because we totally forgot our plan. Scott, no we didn't. Shut up. We were going to teach it the piano or maybe the saxophone. I lost my notes. No worries, no notes needed. You know exactly what they should do with this wild beast. The wild beast should be the new school mascot. Put him in a sports jersey and let's rock. Go team. It's obvious you brought such a beast to the kitchen to turn it into the next Monster Chef champion, so you can split the big Monster Chef cash prize. I'm gonna go with this one. What a kick-ass idea. Which was obviously ours. You're right, that was our idea. Hooray, we're geniuses. And I have just what we need here. Training montage music. Suddenly you start a training montage in which the 3 of you try to teach cooking to the wild beast. You suck at it since you're not big chefs yourselves, and also because it's a wild beast and it keeps on devouring people and wreaking havoc. But it is quite an epic training montage. Afterwards, you're all sitting excited in front of a portable TV. The Monster Chef show is about to start. You're holding cute, supportive signs, and you even got yourself a custom-made t-shirt of the wild beast. Whoa, this is the big day. Also, how is it that we trained the wild beast and it's now on the show if it's still noon and the cafeteria time hasn't even ended? Shh, Scott. Time works in mysterious ways when it comes to training montages. Okay, boys. I only hope it isn't a souffle challenge. We know the wild beast isn't good at souffles. The wild beast isn't good at anything aside from devouring people and wreaking havoc. You quietly watch the show. The challenge is Beef Wellington. Fuck yeah, no souffle. Not so surprisingly, once the challenge begins, the wild beast just starts to devour the other contestants and destroys the show's set. You see the judges screaming, "Who the fuck let a wild beast enter the competition?" The wild beast is disqualified. Well, I guess that's it. We might not have won the cash prize, but we won the most valuable of prizes. The prize of laughing at our wild beast fucking up everything on the Monster Chef set, which is a memory we will cherish forever. Is Damien ready to cherish memories that include you? Wowie. Week 2, evening.
Let's go.
That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Everything seems lost, but you deliver an inspirational speech that fuels your team's spirit, leading to a spectacular comeback. You're clearly a natural-born leader. You gain +2 charm. 1 tow truck, 2 tons of rocket fuel, and 3 gallons of whiskey later, you and Damien are ready to fly to space and punch the sun. Looks like everything's packed. I've got the beef jerky sandwiches, my sun-punching gloves, and I even renamed the ship. You see that Damien has painted SS Fuck on the side of the rocket in blood. Alright, son, are you ready to get punched? Too bad, because we're coming to... Stop right there, evildoer. Oh, great. It's the good grade brigade come to shit in the punch bowl. What do you nerds want? To put an end to your nefarious scheme, of course. We'll admit to being a bit surprised that a mere secondary character turned out to be this season's big bad. Secondary character? But to fly into space itself, intent on delivering a deadly blow to the very sun, giver of life, banisher of darkness, it is a plan truly befitting the climax of our mid-season arc. You must be stopped. What the dog dick are you guys talking about? I just want to punch the sun because the sun is dumb. And to prove to Scott that I'm the ultimate warrior. We are not fooled. We know your true motives, and we will not rest until you are defeated. I do not have time for this shit. Frankie, can you get rid of these dweebs? I'd do it, but the police say I've already exceeded my murder quota for the week. No way are you letting these witches get between you and your red, spicy man crush. But what to do? Forge an elaborate scroll proving that your mission to punch the sun is part of an ancient and righteous quest. No, you fools, the sun was the big bad all along. Well, I really don't want to blow it again. What should I do? This seems like the smart option. But we're trying to get in with Damien, and he kind of likes boldness. Going with this. Oops. Oh, I see what you're trying to do. Damien gives you a knowing wink. Oh no. Oh yeah, guys, the sun is the fucking worst. Have you seen the way it helps plants grow? I mean, fuck plants, right? And it's always revealing my position before I can sneak up on someone and stab them to death. If that's not evil, I don't know what is. Yeah, I think it's pretty apparent that you don't know what evil is. You don't know what evil is. I'm a demon. I'm literally from hell. I'm evil as shit. You're doing an extremely bad job of convincing us you're not the big bad. I am the big bad. I'm the biggest bad. I punt puppies and my dick is huge. Right, okay. You're not getting anywhere near that spaceship. Oh, come on, what did I say? You're sure Damien will find a way to blame you for this eventually, so you get out while you can. Oh no. Chose poorly, everybody. Week 3 evening. Your performance is intense and inspiring. It will be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school plays standards. You gain +2 creativity.
Pathetic.
God damn, I signed up for this play because I knew I could fill out these costumes like a goddess. But now I'm starting to think I might actually hate acting, which is weird because I love lying. Then that's your fucking problem, Vera. You shouldn't be lying. You should be living truthfully under imaginary circumstances. Duh. What? You think I don't know about acting? I have hidden depths, you know. My life isn't all punching and arson. It's just mostly those things. Look, you're an assassin, right? You just need to think of the best reason to assassinate someone. Ooh, you know exactly what that is. Because nobody's paying you not to? No reason at all. Everyone is rotten and deserves to die. Wow, you're right. Everyone is awful. I'm just thinking about all the people I wish would die. There are so many. Every dude who's ever sent me dick pics. Crazy Martin, the werebear janitor when he busts me for breaking rules. Anyone who wears socks with sandals. Yeah, fuck those people. Channel all that sweet, sweet hatred and maybe we won't totally bomb up there. Time to run lines with feeling. And murder. Fuck yeah, murder. I'll go get my acting knives. But not really, right? You hope not really. You gain +2 boldness and +1 creativity. Week 3, noon.
Let's go.
Strange, you could have sworn Polly and Damien were at this table when you picked it.
Noob.
Psst, hey loser, down here.
Hey, boo.
It's us, Polly and Damien, hiding under this table for totally innocent reasons. A ferocious roar sounds from the door of the cafeteria. Crazy Martin, the werebear janitor, is here, and he's looking for someone. Oh shit, he's here. Why is he after us anyway? I think what we did really falls more under federal jurisdiction. International law, more like. Those munchkins were Canadian citizens. Oh no. Now that you mention it, I think we might actually have to face a war crimes tribunal. Aged poorly. Worth it though, right? Oh, totally, as long as we can get away from Buzzkill the bear over there. Just hide in the ghost zone, you know, the special alternate dimension only ghosts can use. Hide behind diplomatic immunity. I mean, you're both princes of hell, right? Geez, these are really nuanced. Well, I mean, Damien isn't really a ghost, is he? Geez, I don't know what to pick. The diplomatic immunity thing. I guess I'll... Not me, I'm not even a princess of hell. Guess you should have thought of that before being born a commoner, huh? I wasn't born, Damien. I was died. Well, die better next time. I'll try to keep that in mind when I'm being tried at Fairy Tale Court for negligent munchkinicide. Great. Let me know how it goes. I'm off to crush an orphanage and get away with it, 'cause I'm royalty. Later. After the orphanage crushing, Damien takes you out for ice cream. Sweet, literally. Week 3 evening. That day you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. I guess some people just want to watch the world burn by skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms. You give +0 shits and you gain +2 boldness. It's later when you're minding your own business and definitely not doodling pictures of Damien in your notebook when you see Damien making his way over to you, and at which point you definitely do not need to hide your drawings. Yo, so here's the thing. You know how I think most people are pretty much 100% awful fuckdoors? I actually think you're only 70% awful fuckdoor tops. In fact, I actually think you're kind of rad. I've been meaning to get a new tattoo since nothing as rad as intentionally sticking needles into yourself to create a permanent image on your skin for fucking ever. And I thought maybe we could get matching tattoos if you can come up with something rad for us. OMG, 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 it's your chance to once and for all convince Damien of how awesome you are. Don't fuck this up. It's time to suggest the baddest, raddest, maddest tattoo of all time, which is an on-fire pentagram made out of pentagrams, and those pentagrams are made out of guns that shoot pentagrams, and the pentagrams are on fire, and the fire is on fire. A sea cucumber. I'm going with this one. Oh my fuck. That's the most metal thing I've ever heard. I made a good choice with you. Maybe the pentagrams that are pentagrams could be made of pentagrams that are pentagrams, and the fire can be sentient, and the pentagrams can hate their deadbeat uncle, and the guns end up on TV because they won't eat their vegetables, and maybe the pentagrams are also ex-convicts. These will be the raddest tattoos ever. Let's go get them right now and have them on both our bodies together forever. What? You're about to get badass matching tattoos with Damien? This is the raddest, coolest, dopest, most lit thing to have ever happened, and now you'll be tied together for eternity. You gain the sickest tattoo of all time, as well as +2 boldness and +1 charm. The Monster Prom. Who will you ask to the prom? Damien, of course? Yes.
Let's go.
We gonna do it? Is he gonna say yes? You finally pluck up your courage and ask your beloved to go to the Monster Prom with you. Prom? Burning stuff and committing murder might be badass, but nothing is as badass as following your heart and believing unapologetically in love. Let's do this. Let's live our lives with 0 regrets. Prom, here we go.
Love is metal.
Love is metal. Prom was great. You crushed your limo into the wall of the school, and it was the best entrance ever. Everybody had a great time dancing under the lovely light of a car on fire. Frankie most likely to be a sleeper agent just waiting for the code word. Damien's quote, "The world is just a canvas for you to set on fire." We did it, guys. We actually got to go to the prom this time. We didn't get rejected. We got a big fat yes from Damien, and honestly, Damien might be my favorite of the guy monsters so far anyway. So what do you think? Frankie and Damien, are they a good match or what? So here we go. Those 3 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. After the Monster Prom, we kept on living our lives, falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning about who we were and who we could be. And you know what? Like it always does, life happened, and it was wonderful. Damien loved fire to the very end. Unfortunately, that wasn't a super legal affair, and he ended up in prison for arson. Fortunately, prison was flammable. Miranda used her vast knowledge of serfs to get a job handpicking the best serfs for other people. Unsurprisingly, she ended up leaving her serfs to do the work. Scott turned out to be a genius and became the most renowned mathematician in the country. JK, he became an athlete, duh. He's still a bit of a simpleton, but as lovable and good-hearted as ever. For those 3 weeks, the Monster Prom seemed larger than life, and then it was gone. Just like that. The battle for Monster Prom might have ended then, but there were plenty of battles left in that war called youth. But once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Okay, and there we have it. We actually did it this time. We got a date. Well, thank you so much for joining me, playing Monster Prom. I had fun with you. Please like and subscribe if you don't mind. Take care of yourself, and I will talk to you later. Goodbye.